Okay, let's start looking around. Check for signs of leaks. Look at the ceilings below upstairs bathrooms. Look inside the vanity and kitchen cabinets. Is there mold on the walls? How do the floor of the cabinets look? Are there water stains or drips? Do you see any corrosion on the stop valves below the sinks or on the supply lines going up to the faucets? Do you see any mold on the wall behind the refrigerator? Houses with raised foundations have wood floors. They may be covered with linoleum or tile, but go down far enough and you'll find wood. So check the floor around toilets. Does the floor feel at all spongy? Is the linoleum curling or lifting from moisture? If so, the seal at the bottom of the toilet has probably leaked in the past and may still be leaking. Houses are also built on concrete slabs, so of course the drain lines are going to be under the slab. But what about the incoming water lines? They could be in the attic, but they could also be under the slab as well. It means finding and fixing a leak on an incoming water line is that much harder. Now, if the house has been repiped, that is, the water lines have in essence been replaced, then the concrete's no longer a factor because the pipes were most likely routed above the slab. If the house has been repiped, look around. How clean is the job? New pipes are good, but there could be a cosmetic issue if, for example, there's a pedestal sink in the bathroom and the new pipes were run on the outside of the wall. Does the house use a sewage ejector pump? Again, drain lines work on the principle of gravity, but if the house is lower than the street, or if there's a bathroom or laundry facility in the basement, the house may use a sewage ejector to pump the waste up to the level of the main line where it can drain out normally. If there is a sewage ejector, make sure it works. Does the house have a sump pump? Maybe rain or groundwater naturally flows to the basement or to the crawl space under the house. A system of pipes may have been installed to direct the water to a pit or sump, where a pump will then pump the water up and away from the house. If there is a sump pump, then first look around. Is the area dry or damp? Dry is good. Next, make sure the pump works. As water fills the sump, a float raises, a switch trips, and the pump turns on. So use either a bucket or hose to fill the sump with water, or simply gently lift the float to see if the pump cycles on. Then, of course, you want to make sure the water goes where it is supposed to go, somewhere away from the house where it won't be a problem. Now, a sump pump can cost much less than a sewage ejector, but it should not be used in place of a sewage ejector because sump pumps are not made to handle septic wastes. If the house uses a sewage ejector, look at the model serial plate to make sure the pump is, in fact, a sewage ejector. If you are still not sure, take down the model and serial number, call the manufacturer, and ask. Let's talk about toilets. Economy. What is the style of the toilet? Parts to repair a one-piece toilet can be significantly more expensive than the parts for two-piece toilets. And are the toilets low flush? That is, how much water do they use per flush? The less water, the more economical they are. Condition. Look at the porcelain. Are there any cracks or chips? Look at the bowl. What is the condition of the toilet seat and cover? Function. Does the toilet work properly? Flush it and watch. Does the bowl clear? Is there a whistling noise as the tank refills? Does water shut off when the tank is full? Are there any leaks, either from the tank or at the base of the toilet? Watch to see the outside of the tank to see if it sweats as it refills. Now that's not a leak, it's what happens when the cold from the water meets the warm moist air from the bathroom. Condensation forms on the tank. Convenience. First, is the tank accessible? Sometimes the vanity counter extends across and covers the toilet tank lid. If you want to service the parts inside the tank, you have to either completely remove the toilet or cut the countertop. Second, how easy is it to move around the toilet? Does the bathroom door close past the toilet and you, or do you have to do some sort of dance as you close the door? Installation. Does the toilet rock? If so, why? Does the toilet rock simply because it's loose? Or does the toilet rock because the floor is not level? Or does the toilet rock because the wood floor is rotted out and can't properly support the toilet? And how about the floor? Maybe the floor was carpeted around the toilet. Maybe the floor was tiled again around the toilet. If someday you want to replace the toilet, you may have to also deal with the flooring because the footprint of the new toilet probably won't match the footprint of the old toilet. Now let's talk about bathroom sinks. The condition. How is the porcelain? Again, is it chipped, cracked, or broken? Check the installation. Wall mount sinks. Is the sink mounted tightly to the wall, or does it look like it's going to fall off? Countertop sinks. Is it an undermount sink or a drop-in sink? Undermounts sit under a hole in the countertop and you can sweep the spilled water into the sink. On the other hand, drop-ins sit down on top of the countertop and you have to mop up the spilled water around the sink. Convenience. Older houses sometimes had wall-mounted sinks with a faucet on one side for the hot water and a second separate faucet on the other side of the fixture for the cold water. It's really not very convenient, and servicing the older faucets could be a problem if they are badly corroded. What kind of faucets are there? Deck-mounted faucets sit on top of the countertop, and it's all about how far apart the holes are. First, there's the widespread faucet where the hot and cold water valves are 8 inches apart, set on either side of the center spout. Then there's the center set faucet where the hot and cold valves are together in the same block as the spout. These could have 1 or 2 handles, but still the hot water and cold water come into the faucet through holes in the countertop that are 4 inches apart. And then there's the single hole faucet where the water control is together with the spout and the faucet is mounted to the counter through just 1 hole. How does the faucet look? Is it corroded? Does the faucet shut off completely, or does it drip? Check the drain pop-up assembly. Does it work freely? Does it stop and release the water? Let's talk about showers and bathtubs. Is there just a shower stall? Is there a shower stall and a separate bathtub? Or is there a shower tub combination? There's no value judgment here. It's just that after looking at so many houses, it's easy to forget what you saw. So write it down. Economy. Look at the shower tub valve. Some valves dispense a preset volume of water. You can only adjust the temperature of the water, not how hard it comes out. If you want to save water, you either take shorter showers or use a low flow shower head. On the other hand, some shower tub valves will let you adjust both the temperature and volume of the water. Function. Does the shower valve work? Turn the water on and off. Play with the temperature setting. The valve should set easily. Does it? When you turn it off, does the water shut off or does it drip? Now, to be fair, turn it off and wait a minute before you decide. Sometimes the water is shut off, but it's just slow to drain from the shower head. The diverter valve, that's the valve that switches between a bath and a shower. Does it work? If there is a handheld shower wand, does that work? Bathtubs. There are different styles of tubs. You are probably most familiar with the apron tub. That is, there's a wall at each end of the tub and a porcelain face that goes down to the floor along the exposed side. but there are freestanding bathtubs and drop-in bathtubs too. Like a sink fixture, the drop-in bathtub fits down into a hole in the deck. Either way, look at the fixture. Are there scratches, chips, or nicks? Look at the tile. Is it chipped, cracked, or broken? How does the grout look? Check the soap cup. Is there a shower curtain rod or glass shower doors? Is the glass pitted, cracked, or broken?
I've got a lot more great stuff for you at houseiq.information. If you like what you've seen so far, do me a favor and tap the subscribe button so you don't miss future videos. And click the link to watch some more great stuff right now.